nice leaders. So when Matt told me that, I was excited.
Good, brother. Well, I'm excited. You know, when in the last company, I was the head of their training program. The cool thing is that a bunch of the guys used to refer to me as Phil Jackson because he coached Michael Jordan, he coached Kobe, Shaq, and that's kind of like you guys. Like we got world-class Hall of Fame players, but there's got to be a coach. You know what I mean? So I think because, at least in my past endeavor, the fact that I was a very successful networker as well, most of those guys respected me enough to let me be the coach.
That's exactly why I wanted to talk to you.
Yeah, which is cool.
Because, you know, I mean, I will never, you know, put names on you know, but there is certain coaches that they have never done the network marketing.
Yeah.
So it's hard for us that we have really done it, you know.
Oh,
you know,
it's annoying.
To someone that is not. So.
It's one of my main things that drive me. I'm actually starting at 63, just starting to get online and have build a brand, because all these other people who, like you said, they've never built a team, but they know how to build their brand, and they give people the impression they've made millions of dollars. But I know a lot of them personally, and I know for a fact they didn't. So yeah, it'll be fun to actually teach people techniques that work.
Yeah, I love it. All right, guys. So we're here in Cabos, Mexico, and we're really happy. We're on the vacations for all the Germans.
Yeah.
And we got the opportunity to sit down with one of the legends of the network marketing. Now we'll be the main coach for the field of network marketing. The man himself, Marc Accetta. Thank you for being here.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you.
Excited to be here.
Yeah. So we just want to do like a little introduction video for you guys, so you get to know him, and we will have him in a lot of trainings in the next month. So we're very excited to have you, Marc.
Yeah, I can't wait. I love working, so I can't wait to dig in.
And I have a little question. How long you been in the network marketing?
Wow. I've been in network marketing 36 years. I've been in direct sales 42 years.
Oh, wow.
So my first 6 years were door-to-door sales with cookware in China and Crystal. Wow. That was no bueno. So I moved on to network marketing. That was 1988.
What was your first company?
A company called NSA, which changed into Juice Plus. So they're actually still in business.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. I love it. And why did you get into the network marketing? What was the reason?
So I just got into it because I needed some cash. I was still selling cookware, and it was ridiculous. It was actually like having a part-time job, and I was kind of putting off reality, to be real with you.
Yeah.
And my friend was in, of course, and he invited me the right way, which a lot of people don't. I'd had like 6 people try to recruit me to network marketing, but they gave me a pitch over the phone, so I never even came to a presentation. Yeah. My buddy invited me the right way, and I went to an actual presentation. I was like, what? Like, I was that guy. I'm like, for real? Like, you can recruit people and sell oh my gosh. So yeah, now the thing though is for 9 months, so I just needed $500 a month. I wanted to pay my credit cards on time.
That was your goal.
That was it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was in a tiny little apartment. I never thought I'd own a house.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd get rich, but I saw other people doing that, but I was like, now if they can do that, I can make $500 a month. So yeah, for 9 months I worked my ass off and went nowhere because I was following a guy who was my sponsor who didn't know what the hell he was doing. So then I went to an event. That's why I'm an event guy, live events. That event changed my entire life because they taught me how to invite, present, close, train, for all the things, the skills you need to learn. So I just went back and started doing it. It was like, shit, it works. So within a couple of months, I went full time, and then, I started bringing people to events, and before you knew it, I was making more money in a month than I used to make in a year. And I know that most people don't make that kind of money.
Yeah.
I know I was fortunate and I was 1 out of 1,000 or whatever, but it happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was a blessing, and that's when I really fell in love with the industry.
Yeah. And I think I have a question for you. what was the time that you decide to going pro? What happened in your life that you said, okay, this will be my career? What happened?
Great point. It was at a live event. That's why, again,
A live event?
oh
Yeah.
my gosh, because people make big decisions at live events.
Live events.
Yeah, I mean, so my mentor was just talking about all the things that could happen. He said, what's the worst thing that happens? If you he said this, if you go all in really go all in for 5 years, where you work 7 days a week, you know, you stop going to the gym every day. And, you know, some people don't like this, by the way, which is fine. But I was in an event, I was already in the business, and he said, what if you just go all in for 5 years? At the end of 5 years, worst thing that happens is you didn't get rich. But what if you do? Because most people work 40 years, they work 9 to 5, they work 5 days a week. So they really never put in their whole heart into what they're doing. But what if you did really actually do it? So I was like, you know what? I'm like 28 years old. What do I got to lose? You know, so I went all in, and it wasn't 5 years. It was more like 8 or 9 years. But after 8 or 9 years, I was in a pretty good position.
Great. Yeah, because in Budapest, I got the pleasure of seeing you in a stage, and let me tell you, I was impressed. I was impressed because of how you manage everything, and I was, damn, he is different. You know, that was my. And you know, sometimes people they think that it is too hard to get to that, you know, place of being good speaker, or because you know, so many people in my team said that I want to be a good networker, I want to be a great networker, but I'm not sure if I can speak like you or Mark or like Alex. What would you say to that people?
Okay, well, I actually teach. That's one of the things I do now. I do a speaker training called Speaking Mastery, because when I was in college, to graduate, I had to take a class of electives, and there was a couple of choices, and the one that seemed less painful was a public speaking class. But I didn't know. So the first day he said, you have to do a 2-minute speech, a 5-minute speech, and a 10-minute speech. And that's the whole course. And there were like 18 students or something like that. When he said I had to do a 10-minute talk, I almost ran out and vomited. Like, I went back to my college roommate, this is a long time ago, and I said, make believe you're me and go in and do the speech. I'll pay you everything I own. Just, I can't do this, but I have to graduate. And lucky for me, the guy said no. So anyway, I took the course, and during the 10-minute talk, I won't get into the details, but there was a technique to get the audience's attention, right? So I tried it, and it didn't work. And if you ever seen like a comedian who tells a joke and nobody laughs, that was me. So I panicked, and my 10-minute final exam.
It's hard to believe after seeing you. It's hard to believe.
Dude, I swear. My 10-minute final exam was only 2 minutes. And when it was over, the professor pulled me aside. He goes, Mark, how am I supposed to pass you? That was horrible. Like, I should fail you. And I go, but then I'm not going to graduate. So anyway, long story short, he gave me a C- and I graduated college. But and I said, that's it. I'm never going to talk again. So then, of course, God's got a sense of humor. So I start doing network marketing. And the guy I was working with lived 3 hours away, 3-hour car ride away. So he would come up and do some meetings, but I was only doing meetings if he was there. So finally he's like, look, you need to do your own meetings. And I'm like, no way, I can't do it. And he's like, he goes, here's a video. Just welcome people and play the video. Can you do that? And I was like, all right, I can do that. So after I did that for a while, he goes, why don't you welcome people, do the first 10 minutes of the presentation, then hit the video from there. And I was like, okay. So I was doing it. That's how I started for real. And after doing that for a year, I finally worked up to doing a whole presentation again in a room that maybe fit 15 people. And I sucked. At one point, he goes, tape yourself, tape yourself. And I taped myself, and I said, thank God there was no digital anything then, because if people saw that video of me now, I don't think they'd ever hire me.
But you know, that's crazy, because sometimes people they are not agree, or they are not in comfort of doing something bad at the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes when I see you doing your trainings, we think that it was a natural,
No.
right?
No.
I don't know, like natural loves you or something
Yeah,
like that. But
yeah,
no, it was work.
Everything I learned and got great at in the industry, I was not natural at. I wasn't a great presenter. I wasn't a great closer. I wasn't a great trainer. So yeah, I mean, the thing, this is what got me years ago. Someone said, look, every great everything was brand new at one point. So Al Pacino or John, whatever great actor, DiCaprio, at one point they sucked.
Yeah.
They were terrible. You know, same thing with tennis players or golfers. At one point they were terrible.
Yeah.
You know, I remember Derek Jeter, the baseball player. I love him. In his first year in organized baseball, he made 56 errors, like when you drop the ball or throw it. 56. I'm a baseball player. I don't know anyone who made more than 30. And 56, and he wanted to quit, and he wanted to give up. So it's like then he ended up being one of the greatest New York Yankees of all time in a Hall of Fame, made zillions of dollars. But most people don't see that side of someone's career.
Yeah. So you gotta be okay sucking at the beginning.
Yeah, you do.
Right?
Yeah, and you just, here's what I try to coach people. It doesn't matter how good or bad you are today. What matters is, are you better a year from now? I love the book, The Gap or the Gain, because most people always compare. So again, if I come in and I've never spoken before and I watch you, I'm going to kill myself, because the gap between you and me is like the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
But if I focus on the gain I made, like here's how I was, and 6 months later, I'm less terrible. And then 6 months. So if I keep focusing on how much first, I may never get to you, but at least I'm way further than what I was in the beginning. If people think that way, then they'll stick it out, because nothing of greatness comes quickly or easily. In the book Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, one of the most scientific guys in the world, he said, so whatever, an outlier is a statistical term. So if everyone is kind of in this general area, an outlier is over here. So Tiger Woods in golf, Messi in soccer, DiCaprio in acting, like someone who's ridiculous, Alex Morton in network marketing. So to be an outlier in public speaking, which I believe I definitely am now, it's a minimum of 10,000 hours. A minimum. Because he studied outliers in every walk of life. So when you look at it that way, and you've been doing it for what, 100 hours, you're supposed to suck.
Yeah.
But when you've been doing 1,000 hours, everyone's going to get better.
Yeah.
The key is, are you willing to go through that awkward phase and frustrating phase, might even be an embarrassing phase, to eventually get to where you're comfortable? Because now I love it. I eat it up. The bigger the arena, the bigger the crowd, the more fun it is.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, not for sure. You know, I was talking to Matt the other day, and when he started speaking about you, his eyes were having this bright that I haven't seen him with any other person. And we were talking, you know, I asked question about you.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
that's cool.
And he said, you know, so many good things. But one thing that I couldn't ask Matt, because it was not for him, it was for you. It was why did you choose I am to train? Why I am?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I'm at a point in my life where I'm really doing okay, you know, so I'm not in a rush. So I was with one company for 15 years. It was some of the most fun I ever had in my life. We did events all over the globe. We did, you know, up to $1 billion a year in sales. So that was awesome. But unfortunately, that company went out of business. So anyway, definitely through no fault of us. So I did one company for a year. I didn't, in both of those situations, I didn't feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the company I'm talking about that was huge for 15 years, when I first saw them, it made no sense. That there'd never been a company in network marketing in the space they were in that lasted more than 3 years, but I had a feeling. That was my first network marketing company. I had a feeling. So when I came here and I met Matt, and then I got a chance to come to the event you talked about in Budapest, and I met Jason, and I finally got to meet Alex, and I met Brandon Boyd and a bunch of the guys, Marvin from Germany, and I was just like, I just got a feeling, because for me, it's alignment before assignment, meaning the people are more important than the project.
Yeah.
So I just love the people. And then, of course, Chris Terry. Chris Terry is a genius. Now, he's a little wild and crazy, but he's a genius. And to have a visionary owner like that, and to have the field leaders we have. So, and the other thing, I've known a number of people been in the company for years. Yeah. And you were telling me earlier, like, I've become a really good trader. Well, that to me is the product you guys sell is legit. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm excited about taking classes and learning more about being a trader. And whenever you're in a company where you're trying to build and guild a network, but people are making more money trading than they are in the network, that's a sign that the product's is good. Legit. Yeah. So, I mean, so many network companies are built on products that really they're average. Or on the complaint. Yeah. Oh, it's all, that's what I'm saying. They don't have a really good product. Yeah. They're all just doing it to get rich. Yeah. And they don't, but over here, man, look, what can we do with a great product? And then if we can implement more really solid networking skills, which again, go back to what I said, my first event, I didn't say the guy motivated me. Motivation comes and goes. Feelings come and go. What that guy did that day is he taught me how to make a list, how to invite, how to present, how to close, how to train, how to promote, how to. So I learned the skills. So that's what I love teaching. I know that once in a while, I can motivate people, and it's not that that's a bad thing, but motivation without the skills is a joke. It's not going to last. No, never. Okay, I love it. Last question for you is, well, Matt said that you've been helping companies to get to the $1 billion range, right? Mm-hmm. What's the secret sauce to get a company to the billions? There's a number of things. For me, like the role I think I can fill here is I can mentor a lot of younger guys like yourself. And Matt said it yesterday. We're with a bunch of leaders, and this is common. What got us here won't get us there. Yeah. So I think I can be the part of what can get us there, because I've been there. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I know what it takes. So I want to get on the road more. I want to be face-to-face with people more. I want to teach people how to do great live meetings even more effectively than what's being done right now. But there's a lot more to it. But to me, that's a big part of it. When we're doing an event, everyone wants to get everyone excited, which is nice. But again, by Monday, it goes away. I want to teach everyone how to teach people stuff at events and get them excited. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, if we make that one little tweak, it doesn't sound like that big of a deal, but oh my gosh. Because most people are afraid of speaking like I was, but when they become a speaker, they want to motivate people. I'm like, that's cool. I don't want to motivate. I want to teach people. I'm not Alex Morton and I were having this conversation. It's almost insulting, both of us feel, when someone calls us a motivational speaker, because that to me is like, rah, 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 like, and a lot of times people don't teach shit. But if I can really teach you what I've learned about how to sell and how to acquire customers and how to build a network, then if we get our people teaching what they really know how to do instead of trying to motivate people, man, I'm telling you, it's going to be lights out. For sure. And I've been in his training, so I'm telling you guys, you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. But yeah, Mark, I'm just grateful for having you. I feel like you got into the company at the right time. Yeah. Back in the day, we had Bob Proctor. Yeah, I know. Marc Accetta. I know. So, what an honor. I actually worked with Bob for a while. So. I know. What an honor. Yeah, I'm excited, brother. And, again, for me, it's a dream job because when I helped build that $1 billion company, there were no established leaders. We had to groom people from the ground up to walk into a place with people like you and Matt and Alex and Brant. I mean, and on, Johnny. I mean, there's Takuya. There's so many great leaders already. So I feel like we can get there pretty dang quick.
Nah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Yeah, my
Appreciate
pleasure.
You.
Thanks for
we'll be
inviting
doing more
me.
videos like this.
Yeah.
Ciao, ciao. Pura vida.
Yeah. Adios.
Good. Thank you.
Oh, that was good, brother.
Yeah,
I loved
that
it.
was good.